The existing tree tool taps into the plant database in order to make it easy to add species information to existing trees. Now, you need to have set up the default location for your plant database for this feature to work, and this is normally something that's done early on in your landmark usage. And you do that by using this command here, choose Vectorworks plants, and this allows you to choose the user folder, which is the most common name, or a special location to store the database to. Typically the database is going to get, you're going to add information to it, which means that it needs to be somewhere that you can back it up in case your computer has a crash or the hard drive fails or something like that. So I have this my plant database saved in my user folder. And if you want to go to the user folder, the easiest way to do that is to go to the Tools menu, down to Options, and then to Vectorworks Preferences. And in the tabs across the top, if you click User Folders and then choose Reveal in Finder, then it will take you to the location on Windows that is called Explore. Okay, so on the Mac it's Reveal in Finder, and on a Windows machine it's called Explore. So if we go there, what you will see is the Vectorworks 2010 user folder, and in there you'll find a folder called Plant Database, assuming you've saved the plant database once, as I just described. And in here, as well as having your plant database, and the plant database is in this folder, you will see all of the text files that are the link between the plant database and Vectorworks. And one of the files here is called Existing Trees, and this is the file that the Existing Tree tool taps into. Now, while we're here, I'll just point out one other thing. You're also able to, as well as using the plants from the Existing Trees file here, you're also able to add your own. So this allows you to add extra plants to your existing tree list without actually having to go to the plant database and add them in and put all of that, pull all the information in there, because you may go to various sites and there might be an exotic tree there or some kind of tree that you don't actually want to have in the database necessarily, but it would be useful to be able to recall that species at some point in the future. So you also have the ability with the Existing Tree tool to add specific trees just to your own list, and that list lives in the libraries here, and it will appear in this Existing Tree folder. So here we are in 2010 Libraries Defaults Existing Tree, and this file here is the file that stores all of the existing tree symbols that you are also able to customize to control the graphic look of the existing trees. Alright, so let's go back to Vectorworks, and we'll close that down and just switch to a file, and we'll take the tool, we'll place a tree on the drawing, and we'll now click the Get Species Data. And when I click this button, it then loads all of the plants from that file that I pointed out. Okay, and then if you want to simply choose one in here, you click on it and you go OK, and then the botanical name and common name fields will be populated. Now, if the species that you want is not in that list, or if you want to choose a slightly different species or modify one, what you can do, we'll go back to that dialog again, is to add your own species in here. Now I'll just add a slightly different one in here with a random name, and if I click the button Add to Existing Tree List, then it will ask me if I want to do that. I go yes, and that tree will now appear in the list in blue. Now let me just do that one more time. I'll do it here Just change that name slightly, go add to existing tree list. And so now you can see that I have 2 trees in the list that are in blue, and this indicates that these are trees that I've added myself to my own existing tree list. The only thing you can add to the existing tree list is the botanical name and common name. There's no other information stored. All of the names in black are coming from the plant database, whatever was the last existing tree list you exported from the plant database. And so once you've added that information, then that will appear in the botanical name here for the tree.